Welcome to the Deep Dive. I'm George, founder of Mind Technology, and I'm thrilled to have you here. For over 8 years, I've worked alongside medical societies to empower them with tools, knowledge, and strategies to create meaningful change. Before we begin, let me introduce two unique voices you'll be hearing, Matt and Jane. Both are powered entirely by AI, and they represent what this podcast is all about, using artificial intelligence in a positive and impactful way. In the deep dive, we share research, studies, and actionable insights that have the potential to heal and transform. Whether you're part of a professional society, an event organizer, or just someone passionate about innovation, this is a space for you. Now, let's explore how AI can revolutionize the way we solve problems and uncover opportunities. Welcome to the deep dive. Let's dive in.
Okay, so today we're going deep into the C-suite,
Ooh, the C-suite.
but specifically the chief events officer.
Interesting.
Yeah, this is a role that seems like it's getting more and more traction,
Yeah.
as companies are recognizing that events are really powerful
Uh-huh.
for driving business outcomes.
Yeah.
And I've been seeing this title pop up more and more,
Yeah.
and it really got me thinking, like, what does it really take to climb that ladder?
Right.
What kind of impact can a CEO have
Mm-hmm.
on an organization?
Yeah.
And so we've got like a whole stack of sources here,
Okay, cool.
from like industry reports to executive profiles.
Nice.
All ready to like break it all down.
I like it.
Yeah.
What I think is so fascinating is like how the C-suite itself has evolved.
Oh, yeah.
It used to be just like, you had a CEO, CFO.
Right,
with these-
trifecta.
Yeah, exactly, running the show.
Right.
And now we've got like CMOs, CIOs, CSOs for sustainability.
Oh, yeah.
There's even a CGO for green officer.
Oh, wow.
It's
That's a new one.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that one.
Yeah, it's like the business world suddenly woke up and was like, oh,
Oh, yeah, we need
specialists.
at the top to
Yeah.
navigate this crazy world.
Exactly.
But what does this explosion of C-suite roles
Right.
mean for like event professionals?
That's the big question.
Yeah.
That's what we're here to find out.
I think it signals a huge opportunity.
Okay.
The fact that companies are creating roles
Right?
like chief events officer
Yeah.
tells us that they're seeing events
Okay.
as more than just parties.
Yeah.
They're seeing them as strategic assets that can impact everything
Mm.
from growth and brand reputation to
Ah.
investor relations and even like ESG goals.
Okay.
So
So events are moving from the nice to have to the must have
I think
category.
Yeah.
But then that kind of begs the question, like, okay,
Yeah.
so what does that mean for someone like me, an event planner,
Right.
who's got these C-suite ambitions?
Like how do I get there?
Well, I think it means you need to start thinking like a CEO.
Okay.
And that goes way beyond just planning a killer event.
Okay.
Like one source we dug into really emphasized this idea
Okay.
of the deep generalist.
Deep generalist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not enough to be the best at logistics and timelines.
Right.
You need to understand how events fit into the bigger picture
The big picture.
of the business.
Okay, so
Yeah.
how do I do that?
Right.
Like I'm good at organizing things.
Mhm.
I can get creative with themes.
Yeah.
I make sure the food is amazing.
Yeah.
But like what does it mean to connect those skills
Right.
to like financial goals, for example?
Yeah.
Like give me an example.
Totally. So imagine you're planning a product launch event,
Okay.
right? A deep generalist wouldn't just focus on the event itself.
Right.
They'd be thinking, okay, how can I use this event to generate leads for the sales team?
Oh yeah.
How can I measure the ROI of this event in a way that makes sense to the CFO?
Right. Gotcha. So it's like I've been wearing blinders this whole time.
Right.
Just focusing on the event as like this
Yeah.
standalone thing.
It's a silo.
Yeah.
Yeah. But a CEO is thinking about the ripple effects.
Yes.
Like how it impacts all these other departments
Totally.
and ultimately the company's bottom line.
Exactly.
Okay?
And that ability to connect the dots,
Yeah.
to like speak the language of different departments. That's what makes you a valuable advisor to the C-suite.
Okay, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
But there's one thing that still feels a little intimidating to me.
Okay.
Like, C-suite execs are BUSY.
Right.
Like, how do I even get their attention?
Yeah. That's where relationships come in.
Okay.
One of the sources actually had this anecdote about a CEO
Uh-huh.
who walked out of a presentation after 15 minutes.
Ouch.
Ouch, right?
Yeah, I don't want to be that person.
You don't want to be on the receiving end of that?
So how do you make sure they're actually listening?
Right.
Well, it's about building genuine connections
Okay.
based on trust and mutual understanding.
Right.
Show them you understand their priorities,
Mm-hmm.
that you can bring them unique insights,
Okay.
and that you're not afraid to challenge them respectfully,
Respectfully.
even as an event professional.
Okay. Challenge them
Yeah.
respectfully.
Yeah.
Got it. That's a little scary, but also kind of exciting.
Yeah.
But let's be real for a second.
Yeah.
The world of work is changing so fast. We've got this whole hybrid thing going on.
Yeah.
How does that impact the CEO role?
Yeah, that's a huge question.
Huge.
One source actually called out the hybrid work model
Okay.
as like a major challenge A&D opportunity
Look.
for event professionals.
Interesting.
And it raises so many questions. Like,
Right.
how do you design events that engage both in-person
Yeah.
and remote attendees?
Right, because you got two different audiences now.
Yeah.
How do you measure ROI? When you've got these two different audiences,
Exactly.
it's like everything I thought I knew about event planning
Yeah.
got thrown out the window.
It's a whole new world.
Yeah. So what's the answer? How do we adapt?
I think one word, data.
Data.
Remember that saying, data is the new oil?
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's truer than ever.
Yeah. Okay.
For CEOs,
Interesting.
you need to track everything.
Everything.
Attendee engagement lead generation, social media buzz,
Okay.
even the environmental impact of your events.
Wow.
Yeah.
So data isn't just for tech geeks anymore.
Nope.
It's like the language of the C-suite.
It is.
If I can show my CEO how my events are moving the needle,
Right.
that's how I get a seat at the table.
Exactly. In a world of information overload,
Mhm.
data helps you cut through the noise.
Right.
It shows you're not just throwing parties.
Yeah.
You're driving business results.
Results.
Yeah.
Okay. This is all starting to click for me. So if
Yeah.
I want to climb to the C-suite as a chief events officer, I need to be more than just a great planner.
Yeah.
I need to be a strategic thinker,
Uh-huh.
a deep generalist,
Yes.
a master relationship builder,
Mm-hmm.
and a data whiz.
You got it. And that's just scratching the surface.
Oh, no.
We have got a lot more to unpack here,
Okay, bring it on.
including like a deep dive into a specific job description
Okay.
for an events officer.
Right.
It might not be C-suite,
Yeah.
but it outlines skills that are absolutely relevant.
All right, let's jump into that.
Let's do it.
I'm ready to see how this all plays out in the real world.
AI is revolutionizing the world as we speak. From podcasts to articles to agents. It's time you take the leap into a world of innovation. Get in contact with Mind Technology. We'll help you out.
Okay. Okay, so let's dive into this job description.
Okay.
From the European Health Management Association.
Okay.
It's a EHMA Events Officer Job Pack, June 2023.
Got it.
Now, this might not be a chief events officer role,
Okay.
but it provides some great insights
Okay.
into the skills you need to develop on your path
Yeah.
to the C-suite.
I like it.
So even though it's not a CEO role,
Right.
we can still glean some valuable nuggets from it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm all about those nuggets.
Right. The principles of event management and leadership
Yeah.
are often transferable across different positions.
Right. Makes sense.
One thing that jumped out at me
Right.
was the emphasis on execution.
Ooh, execution.
This role requires someone who can not only design an amazing events program,
Yeah.
but also see it through to the finish line. So
Okay.
it's not just about the big ideas.
Yeah.
You also need to be able to roll up your sleeves and make things happen.
Make it happen. Yeah.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And that's a crucial skill for a CEO as well.
Okay.
You know, you need to be comfortable managing a variety of event types,
Yeah.
juggling multiple priorities,
Right.
ensuring flawless logistics.
Okay, cool.
Now, this job description also dives into communication, administration, and finance.
Mhm.
Those seem like pretty standard skills
Yeah.
for any event professional.
Yeah, for sure.
True, but they take on a whole new level of importance
Okay.
when you're aiming for the C-suite. You know, think about it. A CEO needs to communicate effectively
Right?
with everyone from the CEO to the board of directors to investors.
So many stakeholders.
So many stakeholders.
Right.
They need to be able to articulate their vision,
Uh-huh.
explain their strategies,
Right.
and build consensus.
That's a big one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I need to be more than just like a good email writer.
Yeah.
Right.
More than just responding to inquiries.
Yeah, I need to be able to like present ideas
Yes.
clearly and persuasively
Totally.
to a whole room full of executives.
Exactly. And then on the administration side,
Okay.
isn't that mostly about staying organized?
Yeah.
And meeting deadlines?
Right.
It is, but at the C-suite level, those skills become even more crucial.
Okay. How so?
Well, you're managing larger teams,
Right.
bigger budgets,
Of course.
and more complex projects.
For sure.
You need to be a master of delegation,
Okay.
prioritization, and problem solving.
Right. All the big ones.
Yeah.
Okay. And then finance, I'll admit.
Yeah.
That's an area where I could definitely use some improvement.
Well, this job description highlights how important financial acumen is
Okay.
for event professionals.
Interesting.
Think about it. A CEO is responsible for managing event budgets,
Yeah.
securing funding,
Right.
and demonstrating the ROI of their work.
Mm-hmm.
They need to be able to speak the language of finance
Okay.
and make a strong business case for their ideas.
Gotcha.
So you need to get comfortable with spreadsheets.
Spreadsheets. Oh, no.
Yeah, and start thinking about events in terms of their financial impact.
Financial impact.
It's not just about creating memorable experiences. It's
Wow.
also about generating measurable results.
Measurable results. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And there's one more aspect of this job description
Okay.
that I want to highlight.
Fit me.
Leadership.
Leadership.
They specifically mention ethical standards,
Okay.
professional development,
Mm-hmm.
and continuous improvement.
Now, those sound more like CEO qualities
They do.
than officer qualities.
Exactly. This job description is hinting at the bigger picture.
Okay, I like it.
A CEO isn't just managing events.
Right.
They're leading a team, setting the tone
Yeah.
for the entire department, and inspiring others to excel.
Okay.
So
It really does all tie back to leadership, doesn't it?
it does.
Okay, so we've covered the execution side,
Yeah.
the communication and administration skills, and the importance of financial savvy.
Yeah.
What else can we learn?
Well, it also touches on the importance of partnership dimensions
Okay.
and cultural competency skills.
Interesting.
A CEO needs to be able to build strong relationships
Yeah.
with partners, vendors, and stakeholders
Right.
from diverse backgrounds.
Right.
They need to be culturally sensitive
Uh-huh.
and understand how to create inclusive event experiences
Yeah.
that resonate with everyone.
That makes a lot of sense because events often bring together people
Right.
from so many different places,
Different cultures.
different backgrounds,
Backgrounds.
different perspectives.
Perspectives, yeah.
And a CEO needs to be able to kind of navigate all that
Navigate those complexities.
with grace and sensitivity.
With grace and sensitivity, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So while this job description might not be specifically for a CEO,
Right.
it gives us a great roadmap
Okay, good.
for the skills and qualities you need to develop on your path to the C-suite.
I like it. Roadmap to the C-suite.
Yeah, exactly.
This job description has been super helpful.
Good.
I feel like I have a much clearer understanding
Yeah.
of what it takes to excel as an event professional,
Mm-hmm.
even at like a more junior level.
Yeah. And remember, those skills that you hone in these earlier roles
Right.
will serve as a strong foundation for your C-suite aspirations.
I like it. Foundation for the future.
Exactly.
Okay, so speaking of C-suite,
Yeah.
our next source, Age Executive Trends 2022,
Okay.
dives into the evolving role of the CFO.
The CFO.
Yeah, and how it intersects with the world of events. I'm so curious to see how these two roles connect.
I think this should be interesting.
Yeah.
The CFO role has expanded dramatically
Okay.
in recent years.
Really?
Yeah, they're not just bean counters anymore.
Bean counters.
Yeah, they're strategic advisors, data gurus,
Okay.
and even drivers of ESG initiatives.
ESG, environmental, social, and governance.
That's right.
That's becoming like a major focus
Huge.
for companies these days.
It is investors, customers, employees.
Right.
They're all demanding that companies take ESG seriously.
Makes sense.
And guess what?
What?
Events can play a key role
Ooh.
in advancing a company's ESG agenda.
Interesting. Okay, so how can a CEO leverage events for ESG?
Well, think about it.
Okay.
Events can be platforms for showcasing sustainability practices,
Okay.
promoting diversity and inclusion,
Right.
and engaging with stakeholders on important social issues.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So like a CEO could organize like a zero waste conference,
Right.
or partner with minority-owned businesses for
Yeah.
event services,
Like
like host like a panel discussion on social impact.
Exactly. A CEO who understands ESG
Right.
and can align students with the company's overall strategy
Yeah,
would be a valuable asset to the CFO.
totally.
And let's not forget the CEO,
Right.
who's ultimately responsible for the company's ESG performance.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
So a CEO who's savvy about ESG
Uh-huh.
is not just doing the right thing,
Yeah.
they're also contributing to the company's bottom line and reputation.
Bottom line and reputation, I like it.
Yeah, and this source also highlights the importance
Okay.
of data analysis and communication skills for CFOs
Okay.
in driving ESG success.
Mm-hmm.
They need to be able to crunch the numbers
Okay.
and then translate those numbers into a story that resonates with different stakeholders.
Wait a minute. Data analysis and storytelling.
Yeah.
Didn't we just talk about that in the context of CEOs?
We did.
Interesting.
And that's not a coincidence.
Okay.
Both CEOs and CFOs need to be fluent in the language of data.
Data is everywhere.
They need to be able to use data
Right.
to track progress, measure impact, and make informed decisions.
Okay, so if I want to be a successful CEO, I need to embrace data.
Yeah.
Not just for number crunching, but for storytelling.
Exactly. And there's one more connection to the CFO role
Okay.
that I want to highlight.
Hit me.
This source emphasizes the importance of diversity and inclusion,
Okay.
both in the C-suite and throughout the organization.
Diversity and inclusion, I hear those words a lot.
Right.
But how does that tie back to events
Mhm.
and the CEO role?
Well, events can be incredible platforms
Okay.
for showcasing a company's commitment
Right.
to diversity and inclusion.
Oh,
They can attract a diverse workforce,
uh-huh.
showcase diverse suppliers and partners,
Right.
and create inclusive experiences for attendees.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So a CEO could intentionally design events
Right.
to feature diverse speakers,
Yes.
highlight the contributions of underrepresented groups,
Exact.
or create accessible and welcoming environments for everyone.
For everyone. Yeah.
Okay, I'm starting to see the possibilities here.
Good.
A CEO who prioritizes diversity and inclusion
Yes.
is not only creating a more equitable workplace,
Right.
but also building a stronger and more innovative company.
Stronger and more innovative company. I like that.
Yeah, it's a win-win.
Yeah.
Okay, so we talked about ESG,
Yeah.
data,
Mhm.
and diversity and inclusion,
Right.
all crucial elements for a CEO to master.
They are.
What else can we glean from this source about like the evolving workplace?
Well, this source dedicates a whole section to the hybrid work model.
Hybrid work model. I was wondering when we get back to that.
I know, right?
It's such a game changer
It is a game changer.
for event professionals.
And for CEOs in particular,
yeah.
the source emphasizes the need for clear communication from leadership
Okay.
about hybrid work policies and expectations.
Okay.
Employees need to know what's expected of them,
Right.
whether they're in the office or working remotely.
Yeah, for sure.
So if you're a CEO,
yeah.
you need to be clear
Right.
about how your team can effectively participate in events,
Right.
whether they're joining virtually
Okay.
or in person.
In person.
Yeah.
Makes sense. And it goes beyond just communication.
It does.
Right.
Companies also need to create incentives
Okay.
to bring people back to the office
Yeah.
for those crucial moments of connection and collaboration.
Okay, so how does a CEO use events to draw people back to the office in a world where everyone's used to working from their pajamas?
That's where creativity and strategy come in.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah, they can design events that offer unique experiences.
Okay.
You just can't get online.
Yeah.
Think team building activities, interactive workshops, opportunities for mentorship and networking.
Oh, I love that idea.
Yeah.
It's like making the office a destination.
A destiny.
A place where people want to be,
Exactly.
not have to be.
Exactly. Events can be a powerful tool
Yeah.
for combating the isolation of remote work
Right.
and fostering a sense of community among hybrid teams.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
This is all starting to make so much sense.
Good.
I'm really seeing how the CEO role is evolving
Yeah.
beyond just planning logistics and timelines.
Exactly.
It's about understanding data, embracing ESG,
Mm-hmm.
championing diversity,
Yeah.
and navigating the complexities of the hybrid workplace.
Exactly. And those are just a few of the skills and insights that we're going to unpack in this deep dive.
Okay, bring it on.
All right.
Before we move on to the next source,
Yeah.
which delves into like the specific attributes of a successful CEO.
Okay.
I just want to pause for a moment.
Yeah.
And let this all sink in.
Take a breath.
Are you looking for innovative technology to make sure your voice is being heard? Get in contact with Mind Technology. We'll help you in the process.
We have covered so much ground already.
I know, it's a lot.
So much.
We've gone from the practical skills outlined in that events officer job description
Yeah.
to these like strategic insights from these executive trend reports.
Yeah.
It's clear that the CEO role is multifaceted and demanding.
It's a big job.
It is a big job.
All right, let's dive into our next source.
Okay.
Sweetbook 1.
Okay.
This one gets into the nitty-gritty of building relationships
Oh, relationships.
with C-suite executives.
This C-suite.
A skill that's absolutely essential
I agree.
for any aspiring CEO.
Yeah, if you want to be a CEO,
Yeah,
you got to know how to navigate the C-suite.
I'm ready to learn. All right, so Sweetbook 1, it's all about building relationships
Yes.
with C-suite executives. And as an event professional,
Yeah.
with my sights set on the C-suite, this is gold.
It is. This source argues that C-suite relationships
Okay,
are more crucial now than ever before.
okay,
It's all about shifting from being just a vendor
okay,
to a trusted advisor.
okay. I'm all ears. Tell me more about this shift. Like, why is it so important, especially for someone like me
Yeah.
who wants to be a CEO?
Well, think about it this way. C-suite executives
Okay,
are bombarded with vendors, all vying for their attention and budget.
makes sense.
To stand out, you need to demonstrate that you understand their world, their
Right.
pressures, their priorities, their goals.
So it's not enough to just deliver amazing events.
It's not enough.
I need to prove that I can actually contribute
Right.
to the company's overall success.
Exactly. This source highlights how powerful C-suite relationships can be.
Okay.
These are the people who make decisions about budgets,
Right.
strategy, and who gets hired.
Yeah.
They can open doors that would otherwise remain closed.
All right. I'm convinced.
Good.
C-suite relationships are key.
They are.
But how do I actually build them?
Right.
Especially when these execs are probably super busy
They are.
and hard to get a hold of.
Right. Well, the source offers several strategies for getting your foot in the door.
Okay.
You can leverage existing relationships,
Okay.
network at industry events, join relevant organizations, or even get creative
All right.
with a tailored event that speaks directly to their interests.
Okay. So there are multiple paths to connecting
Multiple paths.
with C-suite executives.
Yeah.
But let's say I managed to snag a meeting with the CEO.
Okay.
What's the key to making a great first impression?
Well, this source dedicates a whole chapter
Okay.
to breaking through in the first meeting.
Okay.
And it boils down to 5 key things.
5 things. Okay.
Be prepared,
Okay.
build rapport,
Mm-hmm.
establish your credibility,
Okay.
understand their issues,
Okay.
and secure a next step.
Secure a next step.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But how do I actually put that into practice? Like, give me an example.
So let's say you're meeting with the CEO
Okay.
to discuss an upcoming conference.
Okay.
You've done your research, you know their priorities,
Mhm.
and you've come prepared with data-driven insights
Okay.
about how the event can support those goals.
Okay.
You start by building rapport.
Okay.
Maybe you find a shared interest or connection.
Right. Right.
Then you confidently present your ideas, showcasing your expertise without being arrogant.
Right.
You know?
So it's like being knowledgeable, relatable,
Uh,
and confident without being overbearing.
exactly.
Okay. But what about those issues you mentioned?
Right.
How do I uncover those?
By asking the right questions
Okay.
and listening carefully to their responses.
Well, just jump in with solutions.
No, take the time to understand their perspective, their challenges,
Yeah.
and their vision for the future.
Okay. So it's a two-way street.
It is.
I need to present my ideas,
Mm-hmm.
but I also need to be genuinely curious
Yes,
about what keeps them up at night.
exactly. And once you've established that connection and understanding,
Okay.
you need to end the meeting with a clear next step,
Okay.
whether it's a follow-up call,
Yeah.
sending additional information,
Right.
or scheduling a presentation.
Okay.
Leave the meeting with a sense of momentum and purpose.
Got it. Make sure the conversation continues.
Yes.
But this all makes me realize, like, C-suite execs are people too.
They are.
They have their own pressures and concerns,
Right.
just like the rest of us.
That's a great point, and it's something the source really emphasizes.
Okay.
They dive into the specific pressures that top executives face,
Okay.
both in their professional and personal lives.
Okay, now I'm really curious. What are some of the things that keep C-suite execs up at night?
Well, they're constantly under pressure to deliver results,
Okay.
meet the expectations of shareholders
Right.
and the board of directors,
Mm.
and navigate a rapidly changing business landscape.
So it's not all glamorous dinners and private jets.
Not exactly.
Okay.
This source highlights 4 key areas of concern.
Okay, 4 areas.
For C-suite executives,
Hit me.
their career,
Okay.
their relationships and network,
Okay.
their wealth,
Okay.
and their personal life.
Okay, so they're worried about their career trajectory, their connections,
Yeah.
their money, and their family.
Yeah,
That actually makes them seem a lot more human.
exactly. They're not just titles or positions. Right.
They're real people with real concerns.
Yeah.
And if we want to build strong relationships with them,
Okay.
we need to approach them with empathy and understanding.
So how do we apply that understanding to our interactions
Right.
with them? How can we make ourselves stand out
Yeah.
in a way that's like authentic and helpful?
Well, this source outlines 8 attributes of successful client advisors.
8 attributes.
Okay.
And they argue that these qualities set them apart from ordinary vendors or consultants.
Okay, let's hear them. I'm ready to take notes.
All right, so here they are: selflessness,
Okay.
deep curiosity,
Mhm.
a focus on adding value,
Okay.
selfless independence,
Okay.
deep generalist expertise,
Mm-hmm.
judgment,
Go.
conviction,
Oh.
and trust.
Wow, that's quite a list.
It is.
It seems like it takes a lot more than just being good at your job
Right.
to truly connect with C-suite executives.
It does, and one of the key takeaways from this source
Right.
is the importance of shifting our mindset from expert to advisor.
What's the difference? Aren't those basically the same thing?
Not quite.
Okay.
Experts tend to focus on providing answers,
Okay.
while advisors focus on asking questions.
Interesting.
Experts are seen as hired guns brought in to solve a specific problem,
Okay.
while advisors are seen as trusted partners
Right.
who help clients navigate complex challenges.
So an expert comes in with a solution,
Yeah,
but an advisor kind of helps the client uncover their own solutions.
exactly. And this source provides a great framework
Okay.
for making that shift.
Okay.
It's about being more relational, proactive,
Okay.
and focused on the client's needs and perspectives.
This is all so helpful.
Good.
But I'm curious, what are some concrete actions
Yeah.
I can take
Yeah.
to become more of an advisor
Yeah.
to C-suite executives?
The source outlines 4 key behaviors
4 key
that
behaviors.
demonstrate you're not just an expert, but a trusted advisor.
Okay.
Number 1, be willing to challenge your clients.
Okay. Challenge respectfully.
Respectfully, yes. Number 2, focus on implementation.
Okay.
Number 3, commit to developing your client for life.
Okay.
And number 4, be willing to share your knowledge
Yeah.
and expertise generously.
Okay. So it's not just about delivering a service.
Right.
It's about building a genuine partnership.
It is.
But C-suite execs are busy people.
Right.
How can I make sure that I'm respecting their time
Yeah.
while also staying top of mind?
This source stresses the importance of adding value for time.
Okay.
Every interaction you have with a C-suite executive
Right.
should be valuable and memorable.
Okay, that makes sense, but how do I do that?
By understanding their agenda and priorities,
Okay.
providing valuable insights, and
Yeah.
offering a clear point of view,
Okay.
that challenges their thinking.
Challenges respectfully.
Respectfully, and remember, quality trumps quantity.
Okay.
If you can help them accomplish more in less time,
Right.
they'll appreciate your efficiency and insight.
So be concise, be insightful, and be respectful of their time. But how do I stay on their radar?
Yeah.
Like between meetings or projects?
By strategically following up,
Right.
this doesn't mean bombarding them with emails or calls.
Right.
It's about sharing relevant articles,
Okay.
congratulating them on accomplishments,
Right.
or simply checking in periodically
Right,
to
right.
see how they're doing.
So it's about nurturing the relationship
Yes,
without being overbearing.
exactly.
But what if I want to spark a more meaningful conversation
Yeah.
to really get them thinking about the value of events?
Well, this source provides a treasure trove of powerful questions.
Okay.
You can ask C-suite executives.
Ooh. Give me an example.
Okay.
I'm ready to add these to my arsenal.
All right, here's one. What are your biggest concerns about achieving your strategic goals this year?
Ooh. I like that.
This question invites them to open up about their challenges,
Yeah.
and it creates a natural opening for you to explain
Right.
how events can help them overcome those obstacles.
Yeah, I love that it's about framing events as solutions.
Yes,
Not just expenses.
exactly.
This is all starting to click for me.
Good.
But there's one piece of the puzzle that's still a little fuzzy.
Okay.
How do I go from being a person they know
Right.
to a person they want to know?
This source tackles that exact question by exploring the concept of becoming a person of interest.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued. Tell me more about this person of interest idea.
All right, it boils down to 3 key areas:
Okay.
developing your knowledge,
Okay.
expanding your network,
Right.
and showcasing your values.
So it's about becoming someone who's well-informed,
Yeah.
well-connected,
Yes,
and stands for something.
exactly. It's about cultivating the qualities that make you someone.
Yeah.
C-suite executives are drawn to
Okay.
someone they see as a valuable resource
Right.
and potential ally.
This is all fantastic advice.
Good. I'm glad.
But I'm realizing that building these C-suite relationships
Right.
and mastering these skills takes time and effort.
It does.
It's not going to happen overnight.
You're absolutely right. This source emphasizes the importance
Okay.
of deliberate practice.
Deliberate practice.
It's not just about putting in the hours.
Right.
It's about practicing with intention and focus.
Okay, so how can I apply this deliberate practice to my journey toward the C-suite?
Well, you can practice your elevator pitch,
Okay.
role play challenging conversations,
Yeah.
seek feedback from mentors, and analyze your past interactions to identify areas for improvement.
Okay. I'm ready to get to work.
Good.
This deep dive has been incredibly eye-opening.
I'm glad to hear that.
I feel like I have a much clearer understanding
Yeah.
of what it takes to not only excel as a CEO,
Right.
but to also navigate the complex world of the C-suite.
Yes, and remember, the journey to the C-suite
Yeah.
is a marathon, not a sprint.
Right.
But with dedication, persistence, and a willingness to embrace lifelong learning,
Yeah.
you can achieve your leadership aspirations.
This has been an incredible deep dive.
It has been.
We've uncovered so many valuable insights about the CEO role, the evolving C-suite landscape, and the power of building strong relationships
Right.
with those at the top.
Yeah. As we wrap up, I want to encourage you to reflect
Okay.
on what resonated with you the most.
Yeah.
And identify one small step you can take this week
Okay.
to put these insights into action.
I like that.
Remember, even small steps taken consistently can lead to remarkable results.
Awesome. Thank you for joining us on this journey
Absolutely.
into the world of the Chief Events Officer.
My pleasure.
Until next time, keep learning, keep growing,
Yeah.
and keep pushing toward your leadership goals.